Hi, I'm Kamila Dupont, and I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible discover the joys that we call horseback riding. My particular passion is dressage, and for many years, my goal was to make the Olympic team. That quest led me on a wonderful, exciting European adventure, where I was able to work with wonderful masters and compete for the United States while abroad. But nothing gives me more pleasure and joy than helping someone learn to ride. You don't have to be an Olympic contender. You have to have discipline, a love of horses, and an open mind, and see how riders of all levels improve their skills under my instruction. And maybe, just maybe, a little bit of the magic might rub off on you. So I invite you to sit back, relax, enjoy Lessons with Kamila. Our next horse and rider, I should say rider and horse, is Mary Poelke. And Mary is riding Skywalker, who is a 14-year-old Arabian stallion. I enjoy working with all kinds of horses, all breeds of horses, ages, doesn't really matter. The more horses you train, the more kinds of horses you train, the more solutions you have to problems. So warm bloods, who are the sort of the horse of choice for dressage, have a foundation in the Arabian and the thoroughbred, and they have a saying in Germany which is, blood is life, meaning the hot-blooded horses infused a certain brilliance and a beauty to the cold-blooded mares that they use there, and created the modern sport horse. These type of horses are good to know how to work with. Now, even though they're called the hot-blooded ones, a horse like Skywalker is a wonderful boy. She bred him, and she has her horses at home, and she's done that for many years. And this is the first year that she's really shown Skywalker. And so they're at first level and working on understanding all of the basics and how to keep him rounder is our main objective. And so this is a good example of a real true amateur riding a horse that's cooperative enough that she can enjoy. What Ellen and I have had a great deal of discussion about is the elevation of the head and the poll, and an amateur's ability to be able to keep the horses round in a lower frame versus a higher frame. So my background was based on the fact that the horse's poll should be the highest point of his neck. And so I spent a lot of time telling amateurs that the neck was too low, that they had to shorten their reins and bring the neck up. Well, what happened after that was many frustrated years of amateurs riding and fighting their horses. It's easy to tell someone to shorten their reins and get the horse round, but there aren't many amateurs that can do that very well. And horses just aren't that easy when their head and neck is taller. So Mary, if you'd come down here and just stop with him facing the long side. So just turn right here. It's okay. All right. Okay, so now halt. Okay, so what I want you to do is shorten the reins. I want them to see, okay, straighten his neck. Okay, so this is what we call the under neck. I mean, it's a really strong muscle, and he is a stallion, so it's even stronger. And this is the way he would like to carry his head. He would like to look up, look around, and basically the way I would solve that problem is I would just sit up taller, shorten my reins, play with my fingers. I might lower my hands to lower his neck a little bit, but I would be able to get him through. I would be able to get him supple in the head and neck. And I'm sophisticated enough that once he gave me a little flexion, I would give a little bit with my arms, and then I would have him over his back and open in the throat latch. That's not possible for most amateurs. So what I endorse now is that the amateurs that train with me are allowed, especially in the warm-up, no matter what level they're going to finish at in the lesson, they're allowed to do the warm-up with the horse in a really low, stretchy trot kind of frame. So now I want you to continue walking on a 20-meter circle. All right, and I want you to put him in the stretchy trot position, and I want you to, you know, just like we've been talking about and working on, I want you to feel very comfortable that, that you're balanced and he's long. Okay, this is the position that we're going to start with, because with his neck like that, then she can flex him to the right. So flex him to the right, bring his nose to the right. I'm talking about flexion laterally, not flexion backwards. There's two kinds of flexion. I'm not talking about flexion with his nose coming to his chest. I'm talking about lateral flexion. Okay, so stay on this circle, Mary, and now flex him to the left. Okay, more left. You have to see his nose. Good. And then go to the right, though. So then you have to figure out, how are you going to stay on this circle to the right with him flexing to the left? You can open that right rein a little bit. Open the right rein. Bend your elbow. There you go. There you go. Okay. Good. There. That's right. That's right. That's fine. Okay. So as what we are trying to make it easier for her to have him flex and stay over his back. Okay, so now we're going to go to trot, Mary. Let his neck be stretching. Good. Change your posting diagonal. And just like a stretchy trot, don't let him be rude. Don't let him jerk the rein out of your hands. So if he jerks you like that when you give him the rein, smack him with the whip. Tell him, no, you don't appreciate that. Okay, good. All right, good. This is a good warm-up frame. The checklist that Mary has to have is, can I flex him right? Can I flex him left? Now, the better she gets, the more sophisticated reaction she's going to get. Right, that's it. Good. Okay, that's good. But I really like the fact that she's holding the flexion for 2 or 3 strides. So it's easy to see that he's more difficult to flex to the left than to the right. Correct, Mary? Okay. So come down the center line, and we're going to change direction through the circle. Good, so look straight ahead, remember, and then bend to the left and continue on the circle, 20-meter circle going left. Okay, so now she can have a direct inside rein on the left and support him. You need to make sure you shorten. When you change direction, you have a new inside rein, and that has to be a little shorter. Good. Okay, good. The better you get with your leg and your rein, combining your left leg and your left rein, the easier it's going to be for you to flex him. In the meantime, you have to be figuring out how to stabilize your balance so that as you squeeze your left hand, it doesn't pull you to the left. Good. Okay, good. Yeah, that's it. Let's walk and trot a couple of times. Okay, now feel the rhythm. Left, right, left, right. Okay, now you're raising your right leg, and that's why he trotted. Because to me, that's a trot aid. When you bring both heels back, and then you're telling the horse to trot. So if you want to establish a better walk, you alternate your lower leg. And you don't have to worry about pumping the saddle very much, but you can bump his sides pretty hard with your leg and get a longer and longer walk. And he understands that you want him to walk. As soon as I close both lower legs, actually I don't even like to close them. I like to just bring them back together. When I bring both my legs back together, then the horse knows it's trot. And if he doesn't trot, then I encourage him with a kick with both legs to make sure that he gets that. Alternate, alternate, alternate. So too much seat movement. Alternate your legs without pushing with your seat too much. Right. Okay, good. All right, good. So prepare for trot. Prepare means shorten the reins just a little bit so that as you pick up the trot, your reins are the right length. All right, good. Okay, so now that we've established that he's listening to you, now I want you to go to sitting trot, stay in the trot, and I want you to pick up the left lead canter, maybe down here by the short side. Okay, good. Then after he gets the canter, keep your legs down. Good. All right, good. Great. Now go straight down the side. Good. Okay, good. There we go. All right, now, even in the canter, I want you to feel that you can flex him left and right. So, right, there we go. Balance yourself first. Balance yourself using those little muscles inside your seat bone. Good. Okay, now, it's easier if you counterflex him on the straight side rather than in the corner. Okay, so use the short side in the corner. Sit up, good, and flex him left. Good, right. So he's a little high with his neck. Feel that, Mary? Okay, so let your hands come down. Right, don't worry about where your hands are for right now. Look up, let go right, and then bend left. Let go right and flex left. Good. Flex left. Bring your elbow back. Right, there we go. And now go straight. Good. Get his neck down a little bit. Now flex him right. Bring your right elbow back. Good, good. Open the left rein a little. Good, all right, good. Okay, all right. Yeah, you can't assume that he's going to be soft for a long time. Why did he trot? There's only two things. You pull too hard on the outside rein, but it's linked to the second thing, which is your weight shifted to the right. Okay, because in my system, if you keep your weight up and to the inside, he's going to keep cantering. Okay, when you let your weight slip to the outside, so if you put too much weight in the right stirrup, or if you use too much right rein, even if you're weighted to the left, there's a good chance he's going to misunderstand. Okay, so be patient with yourself. Make sure you go through the steps. Try not to lean back quite so hard. Good. That's it. Okay, good for you. All right, good. So, now get him rounder, because you're going to, right, and tap, 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 yeah, right. You are in charge of the tempo. You're in charge of two things, steering and tempo. Good. That's it, steering and tempo. And then go straight on the side, and let's work the whole arena, so the 60 meters. Good. That's it. Good. And flex him to the right. Flex him to the right. Good. Now let go right and flex him left. Good. Keep the left flexion. Exaggerate it. See, he's fighting you. Good. Okay, now go straight. Now keep your weight up to the left and flex right. Keep your weight up to the left and flex right. Good. And just open that left rein. Hold yourself on the left by opening the left rein. Good girl. That was it. Hold yourself to the left. Good. And go straight and flex right. Good. That's it. Good. And straighten and flex left and overflex now. Overflex now. Good. Good. And then soften. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So what we're seeing is a really, keep doing this and then change rein and do the same thing the other way. So what we're seeing, what we're watching is a good amateur rider with a nice horse trying to figure out how to get the horse to be more supple. So the more effective she can be, good, nice Mary, the quicker she can be effective, the faster the horse is going to give in. The faster he's going to be supple in his pole and allow her to control the flexion and the degree of roundness that he has. If she doesn't get this, if she doesn't get the acceptance of the hand aid and the flexion, if she doesn't get it now in the beginning, the whole lesson is going to be nothing but a fight, right? So as you can see with the camera, that when she flexes him to the right, he almost overbends his neck immediately. When she tries to flex him to the left, it's a different situation. Okay, good. So the same problems that we all have, Mary has. She's right-handed, so she's very comfortable balancing to the left. balancing to the right is not as easy for her. But if she wants them to stay in the canter, she's got to keep her balance to the right. Excellent. Okay, good. Nice. Good. Okay, now we're going to test and see if he's more obedient. So now you're going to ask for a transition to the trot. Beautiful. That was beautiful. Stay in the trot. Stay in the trot. Good. Look up. Good. Okay. All right. Good. Okay, good. Now do a stretchy trot and do it in sitting trot. Yeah, just try that. Try sitting trot. Okay, good. Stretchy. Flex a little right. Flex a little left. Let go. Now bounce a little faster, Mary. Just bounce faster. The tempo, yeah, good. Okay, and then flex right and flex left while you're bouncing faster. I know. It's like rub your stomach and jump up and down. Rub your stomach with one hand, pat your head with the other, and jump up and down, alternating feet. That's what it's like to be a good rider. Good, Mary. Good. Exactly. Okay. So does he feel soft? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good. Let him have a walk break. Okay. This is the process. There are no shortcuts. This is the process. Every horse has to learn the habit of obedience. And when they're obedient and you are trying to convey something to them, then you develop a pattern of learning. So learning comes because the horse gets rewarded for being obedient. So you set up a pattern of habitual obedience, which means that you reward more often. The more you reward, the faster the horse learns, the faster you get to Grand Prix.